there. Good Tuesday morning. Reports emerging of a threat against President Trump and an elaborate ruse to keep him safe.
A rare move leading to new questions about the safety of Air Force One. It is August 11th. This is Today. Secret flight. A stunning new report revealing the White House used extraordinary measures to protect President Trump from an Iranian threat, hiding him in a catering container and moving him to a smaller plane to leave an international summit. Reporters led to believe they were traveling with him on Air Force One the entire time. A live report from the White House straight ahead. Breaking overnight, urgent search. Crews clawing through the mountains of rubble after that massive earthquake rocks Colombia. Dramatic videos now showing the moment it hit and remarkable rescues. We're there live with the very latest. Major shakeup. President Trump signs an executive order aimed at overhauling the nation's vaccine schedule, reducing the number of shots recommended for children. The move facing immediate backlash from doctors across the country. We'll have everything you need to know. Crackdown. New rules taking effect in France this morning, banning all unsolicited calls from telemarketers. Just ahead, the hefty penalties for breaking the rules and if it could happen here in the U.S. All that plus hoops hysteria. The new NBA season is on the way after last year's thrilling finish.
It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream.
This morning, Mike Tirico helps us deliver big news for basketball fans. This year's historic lineup to tip off the season. And carry on.
What a moment for Johnston County Little League.
It's the video melting hearts. A coach and father making sure his injured daughter got to celebrate with their team after winning the Little League Softball World Series. We'll take you inside this touching moment when they join us live for an exclusive interview today, Tuesday, August 11th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Greg Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. So glad you've decided to start your Tuesday morning with us. Yesterday we showed folks this fantastic image of this coach and father carrying his daughter onto the field after they won that Little League Softball World Series. Remember that?
It's a beautiful story, and we're going to get the behind the scenes when they join us live in just a few minutes. Really heartwarming story. All right, let's get to some breaking news, including a live look in Western Colombia where more than 100 people were killed in a massive 7.4 earthquake. Rescue and recovery now underway. We're going to have the very latest on that breaking story.
Also watching that major health development here in the U.S. A new executive order signed by President Trump aimed at overhauling childhood vaccine schedules. The move reducing recommended vaccines for children between the ages of 11 and 18. That move also facing some major backlash from the medical community this morning.
But our top story is this new reporting about an elaborate ruse apparently used to conceal President Trump's travel during an overseas trip last month on the same day he declared a ceasefire with Iran was over.
We've got it all covered this morning. That's where we'll start. NBC's senior White House correspondent, Gabe Gutierrez. Gabe, good morning to you.
Craig, good morning. The details, first reported by the Washington Post, seem to be out of a spy thriller. The president boarding a decoy plane only to be whisked away to a nearby aircraft using a catering truck. It's raising new questions about the safety of the commander-in-chief as the Iran war drags on. This morning, a reported secret mission to briefly hide President Trump. According to the Washington Post, last month, the president's team taking extraordinary measures to move him, with threats from Iran growing the day after the U.S. resumed strikes there.
They want to take out the U.S. leader, me.
On July 8th, following a NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump was seen boarding Air Force One, an airport catering truck captured on video next to the plane. According to the Post, the elevated vehicle was used to secretly shuttle the president to a smaller plane, an Air Force C-32A, to be flown out of Turkey. Reporters and other White House staff boarded the original Air Force One, which became a decoy. The Post cites material it reviewed, a U.S. official familiar with the operation, and another person with knowledge of the president's travel. According to the Post, the maneuver meant that Trump's actual location was concealed from the American public and many senior U.S. officials for hours. Eventually, the president landed in England, where he apparently reboarded the original plane before exiting it again and getting into the newer Air Force One jet gifted by Qatar. Reporters asking why they'd been told to lower their window shades on the original flight.
Because you're probably in a dangerous flight because this nice bag's out here.
The president saying it was probably due to security.
It has been a close mind, but if they did, I would have done it.
And he was asked about threats from Iran.
I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go. Right?
What was their specific
So perhaps someday you want to change professions.
When pressed about the newly reported details, the White House did not address them directly, though notably did not dispute them. Instead, adding in a written statement, there are many enemies of America who have their sights on him, and we use every tool at our disposal to address those threats. Democrats now raising concerns.
What's really at stake here is the safety of the president when he travels.
The Secret Service has used remarkable techniques to keep the president safe in the last few decades, taking President Bush, for example, to what was first described as an undisclosed location on 9/11 and using a decoy plane when President Clinton visited Pakistan in 2000. But this level of misdirection is highly unusual, Craig.
Our senior White House correspondent, Gabe Gutierrez. Gabe, thank you.
Also this morning, voters are heading to the polls in another round of competitive primaries ahead of November's midterm elections. In Wisconsin and Minnesota, Democrats once again deciding between moderate and progressive candidates. And in South Carolina, Republicans will pick a replacement for the nominee for the late Senator Lindsey Graham. NBC's Ryan Nobles is in Lexington, South Carolina this morning with more. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. And it is a very crowded field in this special primary to pick a new Republican nominee. And even though Darlene Graham holds her late brother Lindsey Graham's seat in the U.S. Senate and has President Trump's endorsement, many folks here on the ground believe this race is headed to a runoff. In battleground South Carolina, where the late Senator Lindsey Graham's legacy looms large, his sister Darlene, with President Trump's endorsement, is hoping to pick up where her brother left off.
I think President Trump is going to get us through this, and the price of gas will eventually come down.
Trump touting her campaign in a tele-rally Monday night.
She's the perfect person to carry on Lindsey's legacy.
But voters here nervous about her lack of experience. If a candidate does not clear the 50% threshold tonight, the top two candidates will head to a runoff later this month. In Wisconsin, progressive candidate Francesca Hong, who polls show in the lead in the race for governor, is trying to hold on despite a push from the more moderate wing of the party, worried about her socialist views. And backlash over past social media posts calling to cancel Thanksgiving and abolish ICE. Comments she's attempted to walk back.
It is the people, the voters, that give me confidence, not only to win tomorrow, but to win on November 3rd.
But without the endorsement of prominent progressive leaders like Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's vulnerable in a primary defined by surprise dropouts and re-entries. One of those re-entries, David Crowley, who has the endorsement of the state's popular governor, Tony Evers.
Feels like we've captured lightning in a bottle, and so our job is just to make sure we're consolidating all those undecided voters.
Meanwhile, in the Minnesota Senate primary, Democrats will pick from progressive Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan and moderate Congresswoman Angie Craig.
I'm fighting for the policies that I think Minnesotans really care about.
I'm the experienced person in Washington who has a track record already of taking on Donald Trump.
The winner will face whoever emerges from the GOP primary. That includes former NFL sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya, a critical seat Democrats must hold if they have hope to retake the Senate this fall. And here in South Carolina, the polls just opened. It could be a light turnout given that this is such a unique primary. They close tonight at 7 o'clock. If no candidate reaches that 50% threshold, there will be a runoff here 2 weeks from today on August 25th. Savannah?
All right, Ryan, thank you very much.
Another major story we're following this morning, the search for survivors after that powerful earthquake in Western Colombia. More than 100 people killed so far, many others believed to be trapped under the rubble of collapsed buildings and homes. NBC's George Solis joins us now from Colombia with the very latest. George, good morning.
Craig, good morning to you. The urgent search for survivors literally unfolding as we speak. Behind me, everyone taking a break in the action because they believe they actually hear voices in what used to be an apartment building. So they are starting to search through that rubble. So many still reeling here from the earthquake.
This morning, new video showing the moment of the earthquake in Colombia, with rescuers desperately digging through mountains of rubble to find those trapped inside buildings. The deadly and powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake taking many by surprise when it struck Monday morning.
It was probably the most terrified I've ever been in my life.
In Medellin, Laura Alvarez recording this harrowing scene of her home shaking violently.
I could just see everything shaking.
Authorities say more than 160 people have died. Passengers at this airport holding pillars bracing during the moment of impact. One man screaming as the shaking intensifies. Outside this hospital in Cali, part of the building collapsing onto an ambulance as patients scramble for safety. This woman narrowly escaping falling concrete. The epicenter of the quake, San Jose de Palma, nearly 70 miles away in Pereira. People frantically running for cover. Across the region, churches badly damaged. Including this one where the cross fell from its spire. In Medellin, Sam Simpson says she ran for her life with her husband and their pets.
I am shaking so hard right now. An earthquake just hit.
Recording this video moments after they felt their high-rise start to tremble.
The building was swaying so much. It really felt like it was going to crack.
She's worried if more aftershocks are on the way.
You know, it's really hard. It's this surreal moment where I think everyone's a little bit on edge about, is this going to happen again?
Yeah, I'm back out here live where, again, a rescue could be unfolding at any moment as rescuers are now quietly listening to see if they hear any more of those voices that they thought they heard here inside of this rubble. One other note, Colombia's president saying 6 of the country's airports are now closed, which of course is going to make getting that crucial aid here that these people are so desperately going to need that much more of a challenge. Craig.
Just a remarkable scene there. George Solis on the ground for us in Colombia as those rescuers sift through that rubble. George, keep us posted, please. Thank you.
We've got much more to get to, including that major shakeup in the guidance when it comes to childhood vaccines. The president praising his new executive order as a win for parents, but critics are blasting the move. We're going to talk about it with Dr. John Torres in just a moment. But first, NBC's Nikki Batiste here with the details. Hi, Nikki. Good morning.
Savannah, good morning. This executive order is very similar to another childhood vaccine overhaul made by HHS Secretary RFK Jr. back in January, which has been blocked in court after a lawsuit brought about by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Now, the president is stepping in.
This morning, a major overhaul to the vaccine plan for American children.
That's a big one in my book.
President Trump signing an executive order yesterday reducing the number of recommended vaccines for kids.
My administration is recognizing gold standard childhood vaccine recommendations for only 11 core vaccinations.
That's down from the 18 diseases that vaccines are currently recommended for, leaving out diseases like flu, COVID, hepatitis, RSV, and bacterial meningitis. Those now only advised for high-risk groups.
We're making recommendations that are strong, but it's up to the parents if they wish.
The new plan also spreading out shots over time across more appointments and breaking up the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, or MMR, into 3 separate shots. The president making this baseless claim.
Together, there could be a possibility they're quite lethal.
Later challenged.
Is there any evidence of that?
No, what I've heard is that there are There are some people that say it is that way.
It's all a part of an attempt to overhaul America's childhood vaccines, spearheaded by Health Chief Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has expressed skepticism about vaccines in the past. President Trump also now drawing a link between vaccines and recent rises in autism, though decades of research has shown there's no connection.
The most tangible thing that will come out of the announcement today is confusion for parents.
The American Academy of Pediatrics blasting the recommendations, saying misinformation could mislead parents, and splitting the MMR shot may create more issues.
The downside of a recommendation to split them is that it'll make people fearful so that they won't get the vaccine at all.
Guys, on the MMR shot, the CDC does say there's no evidence showing any benefit in separating the shots. And keep in mind, this new recommended schedule is not a mandate, but many schools and daycare centers rely on these guidelines as they make their own requirements. Savannah?
All right, Nikki, thank you.
All right, let's bring in medical contributor Dr. John Torres here. Dr. Torres, a lot of folks watching right now, listening right now, probably a bit confused. Let's try and clear up some of that confusion. What do parents need to know going forward, and what does this executive order actually change?
And I think the biggest thing is the confusion this is going to add to a lot of things here because, with vaccinations, we've had this schedule set up, and, they brought up the point that these vaccinations are increased from vaccinations we had decades ago. Well, that's because we have the technology now to make vaccines against viruses we couldn't do decades ago. And these viruses, some of them, hepatitis, some of the meningitis vaccines, viruses, those things can kill people. And so we want to protect against them. So I think the biggest thing for parents is trying to avoid that confusion. And I would encourage parents, have that discussion with your doctor, with your child's doctor, and say, let's talk about the benefits, let's talk about the risks. And that way you have an informed decision as to why you're giving these vaccines. But don't avoid the vaccines. Make sure you get them because they are, at the end of the day, life-saving.
What's the practical effect? It's this executive order. Does that mean people have to follow this guidance?
No, they're just guidelines, they're recommendations, but they're recommendations that a lot of different school districts, a lot of daycares, a lot of insurance companies follow. And so we want to make sure that these recommendations are ones that have been looked at scientifically. And the problem is that's not the issue.
Is there a concern that some of these vaccines might not be paid for by insurance?
There's a concern that might not be paid for. He wants to separate the MMR into threes, the measles, mumps, and rubella. Get 3 different shots. You've taken children to get shots like I have. They hate shots.
Well, you got to pay a copay every time you go.
And then you're going to pay a copay in addition to talking the child into getting the shot. And so the copay, the extra visit, getting time off work, all that stuff.
To be clear, measles right now in this country, we're talking 35-year highs, right?
It's the highest in 35 years, and that right there is what we, the proof in the pudding of the fact that, we've been talking about measles, the MMR vaccine. They've been talking about how it's not necessary. We've seen these increasing cases, and we know with measles, 1 to 3 of every 1,000 children that get it end up dying from it. It's a deadly disease.
Right. Sounds like talk to your doc, talk to your pediatrician.
Talk to your doc. Yeah. Trust your physician.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
John. Let us get a first check of the weather, and for that, our sunshine is back. Mr. Roker.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Good to see you, and good to see you. Unfortunately, not a lot of sunshine from Indiana all the way into the southeast, where we got severe storms firing up already. We've got flood watches and flood warnings into parts of Pennsylvania, Ohio, also into parts of Virginia maybe later today. Today and tonight, intense clusters of severe storms into the southeast. We could be looking at some localized flooding. Can't rule out tornadoes from Chicago, Indianapolis, on into West Virginia. And then we move on into tomorrow. Widely scattered areas of severe storms, especially developing from the plains into the Ohio River Valley with a risk of severe weather from St. Louis all the way to Kearney. We're looking at Minneapolis, Green Bay as well. Plus, we've got a flood threat stretching from central Indiana all the way into West Virginia with locally 3 inches of rain falling per hour in some spots. We could be looking at some areas picking up to 6 inches of rain. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
We're back. This is the star of a very special boost a little bit later this morning. A group of eager young minds celebrating the first day of school at Reedy Laurel Elementary in Greenville, South Carolina. Go Otters. Yes, Otters are the mascot. Yes. Jenna's going to shine a light on what makes this school so special in just a bit. But first, we got Chanel joining.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
First full day, packed with potential.
I know.
You remember those days.
Of course. Good luck to all the kiddos starting school this week. But first up in this half hour, a must-see for anyone who's ever been annoyed made by telemarketers.
Yeah, most of us get those spam calls and texts on a near daily basis. And if you want them to stop, it could be time to consider moving to France.
Yeah, I mean, that's one approach. NBC's Joe Fryer can explain. Hi, Joe.
Hey there. First, we were jealous of their bread and wine. Now this. Starting today in France, companies can't call you without your prior consent. And if they do, just one ring will cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's a universal feeling.
I get like 30 spam calls a day.
Wishing telemarketers would just hold the phone.
I have reached the bitter end with these spam calls.
Well, starting today, France is ringing in a new era. Lawmakers there passed a law that bans unsolicited telemarketing calls. Instead of opting out to avoid those unwanted contacts, consumers can only receive a call from companies if they opt in. Companies violating the new rules may be fined the equivalent of $435,000 per call. The crackdown's aimed at tackling a problem that, for decades, has plagued anyone with a phone.
Right now, why don't you give me your home number and I'll call you later?
Well, I'm sorry. We're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I guess you don't want people calling you at home.
No.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Last year, the Federal Trade Commission received more than 2.6 million do not call registry complaints, up more than 25% from the year before.
Here in the States, U.S. lawmakers are also looking to tackle the issue with numerous bills in the works, including the Foreign Robocall Elimination Act, which passed in the Senate just last week and would crack down on illegal calls coming from overseas.
But for those not wanting to wait on Congress, you can sign up for the National Do Not Call Registry to help cut down on unwanted sales calls. Blocking calls is also an option by using your phone's built-in features or by downloading call blocking apps. And if you hear something like this...
This message is from the Taxpayer Support Office. You've been marked for IRS resolution options.
Those robocalls are most likely already illegal. Report them to the FTC. But for the French, with nearly three-quarters saying they receive at least one sales call a week, this new ban is a step in saying au revoir to those robocalls for good.
The general rule of thumb for dealing with those spam calls: ignore, report, and delete. You should also check with your phone carrier and ask about the call blocking services they can offer. And for those spam texts, you can also report them to the FTC. Just copy and paste the text and send it to 7726. That's easy enough to remember in letter form. That stands for spam. Back to you guys.
I got to be honest with you. I've got a complicated relationship with telemarketing.
Complicated?
Why is it complicated? Seems real simple. Don't call me.
That was my first job. I was a telemarketer.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's.
Well, you know what
that explains a lot about you.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? Wow.
That's hilarious. No, it made you a good reporter. You know, he's persistent. Don't take no for
dogged.
I still remember. I think I still remember my first
click.
No, hang on.
First.
It's ring, ring, ring. Hey, this is Craig Melvin calling on behalf of the South Carolina Troopers Association. Miss Guthrie, just calling to let you know that the troopers are currently in the process of conducting their big annual fund drive. Now, Miss Guthrie, you should know.
I already give to the troopers. Click.
By the way, that would be if I got past.
I love our troopers. I've already paid.
If I made it that far in my pitch,
yes,
I could usually get the decal.
Okay.
All right.
Not the decal.
So,
all right.
telemarketers, I see you.
Okay.
All right.
Support the troopers.
Right? Well, your friend has done it again. Ella Langley and her Song of Summer breaking yet another major record. We'll have the details today in your PSS.
She's my friend in my mind.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, it is a big day for basketball fans. Mike Tirico joining us for the exclusive reveal of the NBA tip-off games with the new NBA season now just 2 months away. Not going to give away too much, but we will tell you it's historic.
And Mike, did you give to the troopers this year? Be sure to. Okay,
there you go. Mike would have given it to me. Thank you, Mike. We're back after this.
It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
How many times have fans of the New York Knicks watched that moment? The franchise's first championship in 53 years.
And it won't be long for their chance to defend that crown. The new NBA season will be here before we know it.
NBC Sports' Mike Tirico, leading the coverage, of course, here on NBC, joins us this morning with an exciting announcement. Mike, always good when you wake up early for us. Thank you, brother. Let's start with just the history-making nature of the announcement itself. The first...
Yeah, let's get... I'm sorry, Craig. I'm jumping here. I'm so excited. I want to get to this. Let's get right to the big news, right? First time ever that a network has 3 games on the opening tip-off night. And so, without further ado, here they are. We're going to start mid-afternoon in downtown Detroit. Jason Tatum and the Celtics visiting the Pistons, who had the most wins in the East last year. Then the Knicks banner night, followed by LeBron James and the 76ers making his debut against the Knicks as they raise the championship banner. And then that great 7-game series between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. How about Game 8 to start the season? A blockbuster tripleheader, all on NBC and Peacock on opening night to start the season.
Well, the 2 girls here are kind of adopted Philly fans, so we're really excited about the 76ers versus New York. What do you think about this new lineup, the starting 5 for the Sixers?
I am just as excited. Of course, LeBron James, who's won championships with Miami and Cleveland and the Lakers. He joins Joel Embiid, who was the MVP of the league in 2023. Can he stay healthy? And 2 super talented players as well, who they had last year in Maxey and Edgecombe, their backcourt, but also a big addition in Jaylen Brown, who came over from the Boston Celtics. So they have a great starting 5. Can the guys stay healthy? We are all excited to see everything Philadelphia does this year. So that's really the big juice going into the season. But, of course, you have the Knicks, who have waited a half century to put that banner up. So the energy of opening night Madison Square Garden is going to be pretty darn good.
It's going to be amazing. Mike, I know you've gotten this question a lot probably over the last few weeks and months. The Knicks, can they repeat? Can they do it again? How likely is it?
Yeah, the million-dollar question, right? So I can give you good news that if you think back to the late 80s to the early 2000s, repeating happened a lot. The Bulls, the Rockets, the Lakers. If you like that, let me give you the other side. We've had 8 different champs the last 8 years. We've only had 3 repeat champs the last quarter century. And the West is really good, and the East is a lot better. So it's going to be really, really hard. So savor banner night. And maybe we'll see if they can do it again next spring. It's a long road to do it, but I don't want to say no, but I will say it's going to be really hard for the Knicks to do that.
All the Knicks fans heard Tirico saying there's a chance.
Right, that's all
there's a chance. Oh, no, there's a chance, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, Mike. Well, how exciting to have it on NBC. Still psyched
10
about
weeks
that.
away.
Yeah, NBA tip-off triple header on October 20th. Mark your calendars right here on NBC and Peacock.
And oh, by the way, a little bit later this morning, Knicks superstar MVP himself, Jalen Brunson, will be live here in Studio 1A. We'll get his take on the announcement about who they're going to take on the first round, the chances of repeating.
I think his mom's coming, too.
And Sandra's going to be here.
Great.
All the Brunsons.
That's going to be great. Oh, it's Ted Lasso, believe.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's show you. We believe that it has been hot this summer. Well, guess what? This July has been the hottest on record for the lower 48. 94% of the contiguous United States hotter than average, as because we had that big, massive heat dome all summer long, the jet stream way up to the north. And so we are looking at temperatures over the last since 1995. This is the warmest ever July, 76.9 degrees, a 30-year trend of these temperatures rising almost 2 degrees over the last time that period. Look at the heat up and down the southeast coast, midsection of the country, 53 million of us under that. Then another heat dome. It's going to feel like 108 in Memphis, 106 in Fort Worth. Wichita will feel like 107 with an air temperature of 106. Tomorrow, Wichita falls again, those triple-digit air temperatures and heat indexes. Victoria, 110, 108 in Charleston. Norfolk's going to feel like 99. And look at this into the weekend. St. Louis, you're into the 90s, triple digits. Oklahoma City, Memphis, Augusta, Georgia, Tampa's going to see temperatures in the mid-90s. But you add those heat indexes, everybody feels like it's over 100 degrees. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. So your dad was pushing the lawnmower last night.
In 95-degree heat?
Dad, don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, it keeps them young.
Well,
It does.
I want to
It
keep them
does.
alive.
That's it. Yeah. So you go to spring for a lawn service.
All right, JBH, say goodbye with a boost.
Hi, guys. We are going big for back to school season, celebrating this morning's first day of class for a remarkable group of kids down in South Carolina. But first, these messages.
All right, we're back. JBH, the morning boost, this is a special one.
This is a really big one. We are kicking off back to school season by celebrating kids and teachers returning to the classroom on their very first day of school. And we are going to start by shining a light on Reedy Laurel Elementary in Greenville, South Carolina. It's a place where they're cultivating creative ways for kids to get excited about science. Naomi Popa from WYFF News 4 is there for the first day celebrations. Hey.
Good morning. I don't know how other states do the first day of school, but let me tell you, South Carolina does it right. Take a look at all these excited parents and staff, students all ready for the very first day of school. In front of me now is Principal Matthew Critel. Tell me about the emotions going into this morning.
Everybody loves the first day of school, and this year is amazing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Great. Well, tell me a little bit about the school, if you don't mind. This school is so unique. Environmental science and sustainability at the focal point of this education.
Well, we love our earth. It's where we live, so we have to take care of our home. And so we're trying to build citizen scientists where they find a love for science early and build it all the way through their school career.
I love that. And why is it so important? Science, not really a subject all too many are very familiar with or excited about.
Well, I mean, science is everything. Everything relies on science. So we want our students to see that science is cool in our wet labs and tech labs. And then when they get in the classroom, they go, hey, that's the really cool thing we learned about like 6 months ago. Let's do it now and dive in. So it gets them really excited.
I love that. And we've got some wonderful smiling faces.
Hey, guys.
Tell us who these folks are.
Oh, these are our third graders. They're coming in. They're starting the year, and they're going upstairs.
Woohoo! All right, well, let's do this. I think I hear school bells ringing.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the start of school. Let's do it. Let's get everybody
them
inside.
Come on, guys, let's go! Woo! Start the year! Let's go! Big time! Big time! Woo! Let's go! Keep it going! Boom! Boom! You did it!
That's what the school experience.
Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah!
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here at Reedy Laurel Elementary.
You guys made it. We're first day, best day.
First day of school here in South Carolina.
He did. I love the energy.
Good job, guys.
I love the energy.
By the way, what about that sign that says I'm with the bald guy? How great is that? Naomi, thank you so much for bringing us that great school.
Come on.
And a special thanks to our friends at WYFF News 4 for their help. How awesome
Go
is
Otters.
that?
Yes.
Love it.
Go Otters.
Third grade, they're just going to keep adding.
Yeah.
I love that.
Looks like
Pretty
a great
cool.
school.
Thank you.
Big
All right.
kids on campus, third graders.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true. Still ahead on Popstar, did you catch Ted Lasso's big return last week? Well, this morning we're getting a new look at what's ahead for the Lady Greyhounds. That's after your local news.
Hey! 1, 2, 3, Otters! 1, 2, 3, Otters! Keep it going! Keep it going! Wave and clap!
It's 8 o'clock on today. Coming up, breaking overnight. A new report detailing the extraordinary measures the White House used to protect President Trump from an Iranian threat, hiding his location and moving him to a smaller plane to leave an international summit. The details straight ahead. Then, mid-air scare. Inside the frightening moment, a bird strike caused a plane's engine to burst into flames.
Looking for mayday, mayday, mayday.
That full story just ahead. And thanks for the lift.
What a moment for Johnston County Little League.
This touching moment, a coach carries his injured daughter onto the field so she could celebrate her team's big championship. The dad-daughter duo will join us live for an exclusive interview. All that, plus Ted Lasso scores again.
Game day, y'all. Game day.
John Oliver scrubs in again.
You know what they say about the early bird?
And the best of Benson.
It's detective, not miss.
The details on a special Law & Order tribute today, Tuesday, August 11th, 2026.
Today is our 25th anniversary.
Please turn 11.
Good morning, Gaga 80. Visiting from Brentwood, Tennessee.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Blaine, Minnesota. And Federal Way, Washington.
Today I'm 50. Hi to my niece. Love you, Ivy. Our first time in New York City. Wishing my grandma a happy 100th birthday. We love you. Woo!
Well, happy birthday, Grandma. There she was. We got to get her in a Smucker's jar, SG. Welcome back to Today. Thank you so much for deciding to start your Tuesday with us. And a big thank you to all the folks that decided to swing by the plaza this morning as well.
We got a good crowd out there. See, summer's not over yet.
It is not. We're going to get outside in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's get to your news at 8 o'clock. We'll begin with that stunning report about an elaborate ruse apparently used to protect President Trump from an Iranian threat. The president secretly flew on an alternate military aircraft last month, while the White House made it appear he was flying aboard Air Force One. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez joins us now with all the details. Gabe, good morning.
Craig, good morning. These details seem to be out of a movie. Amid the threat of assassination by Iran, the Washington Post reports the president boarded a decoy plane last month only to be whisked away to a nearby aircraft using a catering truck. This morning, a reported secret mission to briefly hide President Trump. According to the Washington Post, last month, the president's team taking extraordinary measures to move him, with threats from Iran growing.
They want to take out the U.S. leader, me.
On July 8th, following a NATO summit in Turkey, President Trump was seen boarding Air Force One, an airport catering truck captured on video next to the plane. According to the Post, the elevated vehicle was used to secretly shuttle the president to a smaller plane, an Air Force C-32A, to be flown out of Turkey. Reporters and other White House staff boarded the original Air Force One, which became a decoy. The Post cites material it reviewed, a U.S. official familiar with the operation, and another person with knowledge of the president's travel. According to the Post, the maneuver meant that Trump's actual location was concealed from the American public and many senior U.S. officials for hours. Eventually, the president landed in England, where he apparently reboarded the original plane before exiting it again and getting into the newer Air Force One jet gifted by Qatar. Reporters asking why they'd been told to lower their window shades on the original flight.
Because you're probably in a dangerous flight because of this lace bags that we have to do.
The president saying it was probably due to security.
It has been close mine, but if they did, I would have done it.
And he was asked about threats from Iran.
I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go. Right?
What was their specific
so perhaps someday you want to change professions.
When pressed about the newly reported details, the White House did not address them directly, though notably did not dispute them. Instead, adding in a written statement, there are many enemies of America who have their sights on him, and we use every tool at our disposal to address those threats. It all comes as the Iran war remains at a standstill. Two U.S. officials familiar with the assessment tell NBC News U.S. military intelligence has determined Iran's strategic priority has shifted from its nuclear program to the Strait of Hormuz. Craig.
All right. Gabe Gutierrez starting us off from the White House there. Gabe, thank you.
Some frightening moments yesterday for passengers on an American Airlines flight. A bird strike caused one of the plane's engines to burst into flames.
Looking for Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. We've got a engine problem here.
The plane carrying 181 people was taking off from Myrtle Beach when it hit a flock of birds. Video taken from inside the plane shows those flames pouring out of one of the engines. Thankfully, the pilots were able to turn the plane around. They were able to land safely. It was then taken out of service, so of course it could be inspected by a maintenance team.
A lifeguard in Maine has quite the story of survival to tell after a frightening close call with a shark. Greg Wilford was swimming off the coast of Scarborough Beach State Park Saturday when a white shark grabbed his flotation device and pulled him underwater. Wilford says he was pulled about 6 feet below the surface before freeing himself from the strap and managing to swim back to shore. He was, as you might imagine, a bit shaken. Otherwise, though, he was okay. Officials say a significant number of white sharks have been seen in that area. They're warning beachgoers to use caution in the water.
Well, nearly $1 billion now up for grabs in the Powerball jackpot. There were no winning tickets matching all 6 numbers in last night's drawing, so it rolls over. There was a $2 million winner and a couple of $1 million winners. So take another look at them. Here are the numbers. The jackpot on the rise once again. It now sits at a staggering $975 million. If won, it would be the 8th largest prize in Powerball history. Next drawing is tomorrow night.
Just a moment to clarify something that happened here on the air a few moments ago. 5 minutes ago, I was sharing a story. You probably heard something off camera that sounded like a sneeze. It was, in fact, not 1, but 2 sneezes from Savannah Guthrie.
It was a doubler.
I have managed to clean off my shoulder.
No, that is not true.
All is well. Savannah's okay.
I delicately sneezed over here, and then my husband texted me, "Bless you."
And Mike felt he's a good man.
Yeah,
he's a good
thank
man.
you. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless
Thank you.
And you too, Chanel.
I just love that he knows his wife's sneeze.
I know.
How romantic.
Isn't it? He knows my brand. Yeah.
We are following some major soap opera drama this morning, all thanks to a certain late night host. That and more coming up in Pop Star.
All right. Plus, the stars of a viral moment that touched so many hearts. A coach carrying his injured daughter onto the field so she could celebrate winning the Little League Softball World Series with her teammates. Well, guess what? They're with us this morning.
Hey.
It's a live interview right after this.
Oh.
Bevan towards left. Parker Mortensen makes the grab, and dreams of a championship have come true for North Carolina. And embracing their teammate, Sophie Catarazzoli, who was injured to start this game in the first inning and couldn't continue. What a moment for Johnston County Little League.
Everyone loved that moment when we showed it on the boost yesterday. North Carolina winning the Little League Softball World Series.
Yeah, you saw a bit of what made it so unforgettable. The team's coach there, Ben Catarazzoli, making sure that his daughter Sophie, who hurt her ankle first inning of that game, didn't miss the chance to get to celebrate with the team.
It's touching hearts all around the world, and we're so happy to have that father-daughter duo with us exclusively this morning. Hi, Ben. Hi, Sophie. Good morning.
Good morning.
And congratulations.
Yes.
I mean, come on, Little League Series winner. Now you're a viral sensation. Sophie, before we get into it, just how's the ankle? How you doing?
It's a bad sprain. I'll have a boot for 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm getting through it.
Okay, I'm good. Sounds like you're on the mend. That's good. Soph, what did you think after that game was over when Dad just scooped you up into his arms so that you could be out there in the middle of that celebration?
It was a really special moment. All our hard work paid off, and I was just really proud of my team.
Ben, you're obviously your dad, but you're also the coach, and this is obviously a world-class Little League softball team. You just won the championship. What does it mean to you that this has gone so viral, that so many people have seen that touching moment between you and your daughter?
Yeah, it's been a lot. Obviously, there's been a lot of praise, and people are happy to see that. There's always the negative too, unfortunately. But it's been cool to see the reaction. It's just dad instincts, I guess. I would have done it for any of the girls on the team. It was important that when they were all rushing the field to celebrate, and she was kind of still trying to crutch her way out there and couldn't really get there for that immediate kind of mob scene on the field, that I got her out there as quick as possible. I would have done it for any of my girls.
Your dad instincts just kicked in. I love that. Hey, Ben, I noticed in the video, it looked like you were saying something to Sophie as you were carrying her around. If you don't mind sharing, what were you saying to your daughter in that moment?
I honestly don't remember what I said to her. Sophie remembered. Go ahead, tell him.
He said we did it.
Oh. I mean, Sophie, you guys have worked so hard in just 4 years to turn, this softball team into a championship team. What does it mean to you to have it happen this way and to have this extra attention on this accomplishment that all of you share?
I mean, we've worked so hard, not just this summer, but all our previous years. I've basically grown up with all these girls. And to see them this happy and this proud to see each other and do it for each other to win this championship was really special to me.
Sophie, I know this may be a little awkward with your dad sitting right next to you, but talk to me a little bit about what it's meant to have your dad be your coach as well.
It's good and bad sometimes. That's probably obvious. But
That's fair.
it always takes a while for me to realize that he was really right in the moment. But in the moment, I may not realize it. But once I do realize it, it's a really special moment to see that he's right and that he corrected me.
Yeah.
Well, I know you got big dreams in softball. Do you have a favorite softball player, Sophie?
Yes, Jada Coleman.
Oh, Jada Coleman.
Jada
you know,
Coleman.
I'm glad you brought her up because actually she sent a video for you, Sophie. We're going to roll it now. Take a look.
Hey Sophie, this is Jada Coleman, and I just wanted to say I thought the video of your dad helping you celebrate was so cute, and I just wanted to say congratulations, Boomer.
Cool.
How about that?
That's my second video from her.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
That means you've arrived.
Yes.
So what happens? What happens next for the team?
We've had a lot of requests, obviously, for different interviews and celebrations in the community. Our community's been just amazing. I believe we set the attendance record at the game on Sunday. So there's a lot of people that want to celebrate the team and everything that the girls accomplished. And, you know, we're looking forward to doing that.
Hey, Ben, let me just pose the same question to you that I posed to Sophie. Like, for you, what's it like having the chance not just to coach your daughter, but to coach her to a championship?
Yeah, no, I coached for a long time before I started coaching my kids. Coached high school baseball and travel baseball, and it wasn't until she came along that I started doing softball. So I've been doing this a very long time, which, you know, makes it special to have your kid, you know, be part of something like this. But as the parents can attest, I try to treat all the kids like I would my own daughter, and I try to treat my daughter the same way I treat the rest of the team, even if I'm a little harder on her sometimes. But it definitely means a lot to finish this off like we did. Like she said, 4 hard years of work, and there's so many people to thank. I don't think you have enough time for it, but it's been quite a ride.
Well, that trophy is the thanks. Ben and Sophie, thank you so much for being with us, and congrats again to you and the whole team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Dad and Sophie. What a cool story.
I know, love it.
What a cool story. All right. Mr. Roker, standing by with another check of that forecast.
Really felt good. All right, guys, good morning. Well, we're looking at some development, tropical development. It's been a quiet hurricane season so far, thank goodness. Tropical disturbance, though, coming off of Africa, could become a tropical depression by late this week. We're talking about a 70% chance, so we will be watching that. Right now, flooding storms developing in the upper Midwest, the Mississippi River Valley making their way to the east. Hot, humid weather continuing down through the plains. Record highs to the southwest into the Rockies. Smoky weather continues again as you make your way into the western part of the country, especially the western plains and Pacific Northwest. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. Oh, sorry. We're on TV.
And that's your latest
I was
weather.
listening.
I'll show you. We had a little phone case on the third hour.
Yeah, I was showing you.
And it's got a little thing in the
so
back.
cute. Change the image.
Hey, see, there you go.
Change the image
so
on
cute.
the back.
Very cool.
I don't understand how that works. That's so cool.
That's really
We'll
cute.
explain that later, but right now, best time of the morning, Pop Start.
Where's the QR code? Maybe we can buy one.
Oh, I'm
All right,
sure.
First up, we're going to start with Ellen Langley. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see that this song just earned another week at number 1.
It doesn't take a crystal ball to see. A cowboy always finds a way to leave. Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell.
I like when we end the clip with that, the end there, so we can all sing along. We've been covering the rise of Ella Langley's earworm all summer, and yes, fans are still choosing Texas, with the song claiming its 17th week at the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Look at this. She surpasses the 3 songs that were tied at 16 weeks, including Last Night by her friend Morgan Wallen, and Ella now holds the 4th longest run in the charts
Let's
history.
go. We're coming for you, Mariah Carey.
I know. I think she might at least overtake the next 2.
Shaboozey.
Maybe,
I think she's got at least 2 more weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I don't see
Mariah's
anything on the horizon that could take her.
No.
We'll see what happens.
Ella, come to the plaza. We'd love to have
That would be great
to celebrate.
All right, next up, Ted Lasso, the Emmy-winning series, recently returned for its long-awaited new season. In the first episode, Ted was faced with a big decision: stay in Kansas City or return to Richmond. Well, with his mind made up and his new mission to lead the women's team, Apple TV is dropping a new trailer with what viewers can expect from the rest of the season.
I just want to remind us all of something real quick. There is crying in football.
Get him!
Game day, y'all. Game day.
No.
Oh, no. Solid comeback.
I think she's getting the hang of it.
Welcome to the second
It is a solid comeback. In our house, we're waiting for the next episode. They make you wait.
They do.
Yeah.
It's called like old-time TV.
Yeah. Do you remember when you'd watch an episode and it would say to be continued?
Oh, yeah.
Or wait to the next week? Oh, yeah. It's like that. So a new episode of Ted Lasso is out tomorrow, not too much longer. Next up, John Oliver. Earlier this year, the late-night host put out this plea.
I'm officially offering myself to you. Write me a role, and I will be on your set so fast it will make your head spin. I only have a few conditions. First, I don't want to play myself. I want to be a character, and I want his name to be ridiculous. Also,
So guess what? Last month, his dream came true when he booked a guest starring gig on General Hospital. And now, Oliver is getting another shot at the soap opera circuit with a brand new episode of Days of Our Lives. It's out this morning.
I love it.
He plays water commissioner
Oh, my God.
Devlin St. John, who comes into town and he shakes things up.
Water
I've got a meeting in 2 minutes, so if this issue has been resolved.
Oh, completely resolved. No loose ends, full closure, properly achieved.
Well, have a good day, Mr. St. James.
It is St. John.
Wow.
What you don't know, Madam Mayor, won't hurt you.
Oh, my
I mean, John told Access Hollywood that, quote, ridiculous wig made the whole experience. Devlin St. John will be back to stir up more trouble on episodes tomorrow and Friday.
His name is Devlin. That's a little on the nose.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So is he working the soap opera
So
circuit?
I think he started, it was kind of like a joke, but you know
now
what?
he's into it.
Now, I mean, look.
But he's an evil water commissioner.
Well, remember he said he wanted to play something different. you know?
That's different.
He's going to have almost as many IMDb credits as you should.
You know, little cameos
well-deserved,
there.
too.
All right, let's talk about Mariska Hargitay, our friend, shall we? For years, she's led the squad on Law & Order SVU as Captain Olivia Benson. And leading up to her big debut as host of the Emmys next month, NBC is celebrating her legacy in a fitting way, an SVU marathon. So here's the deal. On September 10th, 3 episodes will air back to back to back in prime time. The trio all earned Mariska Emmy nominations of her own and includes the 2005 episode that won her the award. So if you want even more of Mariska, she'll be here in Studio 1A on Thursday to chat about the new season of SVU and, of course, hosting the big award show. All right, finally, Larry David, the comedian. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Rewriting history with his new sketch series. It's called Life, Larry and the Pursuit of Unhappiness, where he reimagines famous historical events, placing himself in the center of them. The HBO show is produced by President Obama, and this is what everybody's buzzing about. For the season finale, they relived one of the former president's most talked about moments, the tan suit.
Oh, I remember
So
that.
back in 2014, you guys may remember the fashion choice made headlines, and now we know who to blame. Larry. So in the sketch, let's set it up here. He paints a world where he's a White House aide and accidentally spills a smoothie on the president's news conference outfit for the day. So with lots of persuasion, Larry convinces him to wear his casual Friday suit to cover his own mess. All right, look.
What do you think?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, let's go. I got a press conference to do. You sure about this?
Never been more sure about anything in my life.
Okay.
I'll be back.
People are going to be talking about this for a long, long time.
And that was just a part of it. It was really funny. It was a much longer sketch. Obama himself posted the clip to social, writing, quote, "I think it's time the truth finally came."
Do you remember how controversial it was? What a tan suit gate.
How weird.
I don't know. People just freaked out.
The audacity of taupe. I remember that.
I remember that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, hilarious. All right, still ahead, we're going to kick off our special Steals and Deals Big Summer Blowout. Jill's best finds up to 80% off. First local news.
Jill's Steals and Deals is sponsored by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Shop like a 2%er with Active Cash.
We're back with Steals and Deals. It's a special day. We're launching the start of our Big Summer Blowout, and here with savings, big ones, 80% off and free shipping to upgrade your home and beauty routine is Jill Martin. She's today's lifestyle and commerce contributor. All you got to do is scan the QR code below to start shopping. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
I don't believe I've ever seen this on Steals and Deals.
No,
we've been doing this for 15 years.
I'm very excited. I've been using all these products this summer, and so this is like all of my daily routine, so I'm going to talk from personal experience. Okay, this is the Sultra Hydra Mist Scalp Reviver Brush. The retail $199, the deal price $39 with free shipping, 80% off. So this is really a facial for your scalp.
Okay.
It combines blue light, red light, and mists and massages all at the same time to bring hydration. Here, you see how we're using it here.
Yes.
And so it gives moisture to your scalp, and it really boosts hair health. And there's the vapor, so that you could see it moisturizing.
And the vapor is just like
a moisturizer for your scalp so that your hair grows healthy. So this has been really good for me since, finishing chemo. I haven't cut my hair, and so I've been using this. It's a very good way. Again, it's a facial for your scalp. Think of it like that. And it has a vibration technique, which I'm happy to say is very
relaxing,
very exciting.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, on your head. Well, at least for me. Let's move on.
You do you.
The Tao Clean Uma Go Sonic Tooth. Let me shut this off. Hold on.
Let's.
Yeah. Okay. The Tao Clean Uma Go Sonic Toothbrush. The retail $150, the deal $39 plus free shipping, 74% off. It uses UVC light to eliminate 99.9% of germs and bacteria. So what I love about this one is it doesn't have a plug. It works on batteries. So you could just put this little cylinder. Remember we talked about counter space, and you were like, who has that kind of counter space?
Yes.
And then you just go like this, and then it cleans the brush head.
Okay, now you sold me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's 40,000 brush strokes per minute.
So you put
and
batteries in it, or you charge
Yeah, batteries.
it? Okay.
And then it has a 2-minute timer, so that's like how long, usually you sing
this vibrates too, Jill.
Happy birthday twice. Yeah, my single days are becoming a lot more exciting.
Wow.
Okay, the Oak Essential Skincare Duos, the retail $136 to $176, deal price set $55 to $75 plus free shipping, up to 60% off. So these are two different sets. I like both of them. So what I love about this time of year is I want you to cleanse everything. Go through your drawer. What haven't you used? If you haven't used a skincare product within 6 months, it goes. And this is a great way to recharge. So the first one is the cleansing balm, and then the rich balm. You could use this morning or night. This will take off your makeup and it will cleanse. And then this one is more of a serum, like the ritual oil. So I use that at night. I like that. And that comes with the rich balm. And so that's for extra hydration at night.
So there's two sets of duos, and you pick which one you want.
That's exactly right. And this one is a very hydrating, the oil and the first one comes with the balm. Okay, the Go Gadget Mini Turbo Fan. It's 4 million degrees out, officially.
I'm cold in
I
here.
know you are, but just look how...
No, it has a lot of oomph.
It has a lot of oomph, and it shows you there. So you could even hear it, and you could see it. So $89.95, deal price $21 with free shipping, 77% off. And you could look at all the colors here, and there's something for your wrist. So this is,
or it fit in your purse too.
So
if you were doing a selfie and you wanted the hair blowing look.
Wow,
yes,
that's
right.
Situation. Or you're at a concert. I mean, this really is something that it's been so hot here on the East Coast. Okay, the Rise satin pillowcases. It's a 1 or 2 pack. Over 10 million of these have been sold. Retail $49.99 to $119.99. Deal price $19 to $29 with free shipping, up to 70% 76% off. This satin, so why we're selling it in 1 or 2 is, I guess, if you really like your significant other. But
well, so it matches.
Well,
like,
yeah, but I only use it on my side because it's like, first of all, when you put your lotions on, it won't absorb it, so it keeps it on your face, your lotions or your oils that you just bought. And then also for hair frizzing, you've already made your hair healthy. Now it will protect that, and it will help your hair not
I see you have the
frizz.
long one and then a standard size.
Yeah, so you could pick the size, and it comes in this little box, so easy for gifting. It also has a to from on the side, so it's easily giftable. It reminds me of Hoda, easily giftable, meaning like it comes in the box.
It could be a little hostess gift.
Yeah, that's adorable. That's actually was one of the talking points. If you have a guest room, it's so nice to have somebody come in. Okay, this is a big difference for. Thanks, Michael will be happy. Yeah. So this is a big deal for a bathroom. Now, I think like small differences can make a big difference. The Verlet Rib Turkish cotton towel sets retail $69 to $119, deal price $34 to $59 with free shipping up to 57% off. So it's either the 2-piece set, which has these oversized bath towels. Feel how cozy-wozy these are.
Very cozy-wozy.
I love these. So look how big these are. You get 2 of these, or you get the whole set in here, and it comes like,
so that's 2 of these big towels and then some hand towels
and then it's 2 towels with that, right? And then, or you could just get the bath sheets. But how great is this? I mean, this is super elevated, and if you want to give a pop of color, consider white a pop of color because it's so clean. So that's my deal.
That's your jam.
And I'm back tomorrow.
Do you want to take us through these deals one more time?
Yes, we have the Sultra Scalp Brush, the Tao Clean Toothbrush, the Oak Essential Skincare, the Go Gadget Mini Turbo Fan, the Rise Satin Pillowcases, and the Verlet Bath Towel Sets.
All right, Jill, and you will be back tomorrow with more of her summer blowout deals. Remember, we've made it really simple to shop. You scan the QR code, or you could go to today.com/deals. Today does earn a commission from purchases made through our links and through our QR codes. Thank you, Jilly.
Thanks for that.
Coming up next, stunning new discoveries inside one of the most important churches in the world. Keir Simmons will have that story from Jerusalem's Old City. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. The champ is here. Look who's arrived. Nick superstar Jalen Brunson out on the plaza, greeting his many fans before he comes inside to chat with us on the 3rd hour of Today. Him and his mom, Sandra, is well. One of the really cool things to watch over these last few weeks and months since the Knicks won that championship, they have managed to go just about everywhere. And thank the fans, take the trophy. It's been really cool to see.
Even just that, I'm so happy for our Plaza fans. We came hoping to catch just a glimpse, and he went out.
Boom, he went out there.
Oh. What a guy. All right, we'll see him next hour. First, we've got an NBC News exclusive, rare access to the holiest site in Christianity. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem's Old City sits on what is thought to be the site of Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. And researchers are making some astonishing new discoveries there. NBC's Keir Simmons from the Old City. Keir?
Good morning, guys. From the Garden of Gethsemane. It is here at the foot of the Mount of Olives that Christians believe Jesus prayed before he was arrested. Now, across the holy city of Jerusalem, evidence that may lend credence to another part of that biblical story. In the biblical city of Jerusalem, along its narrow, cobbled streets, where Jesus walked 2 millennia ago, you can follow the Stations of the Cross to one of the most important churches in the world, the Holy Sepulchre. Over thousands of years, millions have worshipped here, their faith unmoved by science. But now, the restoration of the historic church floor has revealed something to scientists that may show this church is truly built in the holiest of places. At the center of the Holy Sepulchre, where many Christians believe Christ was crucified and buried, right next to the small chapel built over what is said to be the true tomb of Christ, archaeologists looking beneath the floor have uncovered the remains of 2,000-year-old grapevines and olive trees.
They took the body of Jesus and bound it with burial clothes along with
And that could be significant, because at the time of Jesus, the Gospel of John speaks of a garden.
Now, in the place where he had been crucified, there was a garden.
Put them here. Italian archaeologist Professor Francesca and her assistants.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is incredible treasure.
Oh, yeah.
Describe looking under the church floor as like turning the pages of a history book.
There were a lot of pilgrims.
Yes. Finding crosses dating back almost 1,000 years and
Late Roman.
Late Roman. And then this is Byzantine.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is before Jesus.
Yeah. Yes. Before Jesus. Before
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
While in their lab, scientists are analyzing the soil samples.
We founded a cultivated area.
Cultivated?
Cultivated with olive, with grapes.
Olives and grapes?
Yes, yes.
Back then, small gardens of olive and grape trees were nestled beside the walls of Jerusalem.
Do we know if those olives and grapes are 2,000 years old, are from the time of Jesus?
About the time of Jesus.
And in this place was also the garden.
The walls of the church are adorned with paintings portraying Jesus' final hours, the tomb, and a garden.
The road that came to the city, this gate was named the Gate of Gardens.
And we were given a rare few moments to film inside the chapel, encasing the tomb. Millions of pilgrims have prayed here.
If you are a Christian, this is the holiest place you can possibly be. And you don't need evidence. You have your faith.
Faith without the need of science. Now finding scientific support.
Where the Christ crucified has a garden. Inside the garden have a tomb.
And now we know that there was a garden here.
Of course, yes. Around the tomb of the Holy Sepulchre was a garden.
Yeah.
Archaeology is a science.
Yes.
No?
This is the moment right here where science meets religion.
Yes.
This morning, that evidence of olives thousands of years old beneath the Church of the Holy Sepulchre has been sealed again. It may be decades, maybe longer, before scientists can have another look. By then, there may be new technology that can lend new insights. Science and religion working together to reveal the past. Guys.
Here, kid. Thank you. All right, just ahead, we're going to cook with Omi, her recipes for delicious Puerto Rican dishes and desserts to inspire your busy weekday menu. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back with Today Food, and this morning's guest, our friend Omi Hopper's here. She is a next-level chef alum. She's also a certified social media sensation as well. More than 1 million online viewers, and today Omi is out with a brand new cookbook. It is beautiful. It is called Cooking con Omi, a love letter to Puerto Rican home cooking. Omi, welcome back. This looks delicious.
Thank you so much for having me. Hola, mi gente. We're going to be making something super easy.
Picadillo.
You got it.
Yes. Picadillo. All right, how do we make this picadillo?
We're going to start really with the basic Puerto Rican essentials, some aceite de achote, which is a natto seed oil to give our food some color.
Okay.
Y mi sofrito fresquecito, some sofrito. This is the Puerto Rican essentials.
So no oil for the base.
Our oil is the aceite de achote,
okay, so
which is a natto seed oil. It's the color is derived from a seed.
Okay, not an old oil though.
No, not an old oil.
Good.
Nah, absolutely not. And we're gonna throw in some onions. We're gonna let these sweat a little bit with some peppers and some more garlic, porque me lo dice mi corazón. In your heart, you let your heart guide you.
Okay.
You let your ancestors tell you.
I didn't do well with studying.
Come on.
I know. You sound like my teacher. I tried.
And your picadillo is so easy because it's such a great recipe to be a filler. You can eat it alone.
Okay.
Or you can fill your empanadillas with this. You can make alcapurrias.
How long roughly are you going to cook that?
We're going to cook this for about 15 minutes.
Ooh, got more
until
spices.
everything. Oh, yes. We got some more stuff. Some tomato sauce.
All right.
Of course, our heat needs to be a little bit higher here. And we are going to throw in our seasoning. Some oregano, Sazon, adobo.
Hey, that is good.
Right? Isn't that amazing?
And simple.
Very simple.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Very, very simple, but super flavorful.
And just
like
regular
I said,
over white rice here?
over white rice. It's one of the ways you can have it, or like I said, a filler.
All right.
If you're making what I call a Latino lasagna, which is your...
And what did you garnish that with?
Some cilantro.
Just some cilantro.
Some cilantro. And this should be your finished product right here.
It is
some
delicious.
beautiful picadillo,
Wow.
right?
That's beautiful and simple.
Yes, so simple.
Much like yourself.
So simple.
Yeah, exactly. That was my nickname in high school. Beautiful and simple.
And then...
Tell me about this dessert.
This is a coconut banana pudding.
Okay.
Coconut banana pudding. It's supposed to be a Latin twist to a classic, right?
Okay.
And simple ingredients that you can just switch out the regular milk for coconut milk. You get those beautiful coconut flakes, and then you just layer it up as you'd like. You've got your cookies, the cookies que te diga tu corazón, whatever your heart tells you for cookies.
Okay.
And we're gonna be layering the pudding. Of course, you wanna let this sit in the fridge for like a good 2 to 3 hours.
So you're making a portion here for a group, but you could also make these individually.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes. And this is the really refreshing type of dessert too. And you can layer it with your bananas, some toasted coconut flakes. We love those.
Yeah, we do.
And your whipped cream. And of course, the whipped cream is really easy as well, because all we're doing, instead of maybe a vanilla, we're adding some more coconut flavor.
Okay.
So
Did you just get the pudding from a box, or did you?
that's it.
Oh, wow.
Put it from a box.
That's yummy. And I like the
That's
texture
it.
of the coconut.
Yes, it's very refreshing. It's
Omi,
very
thank
refreshing.
you. Folks, don't forget this cookbook, Cooking with Omi, Cooking con Omi. It's out today. Recipes, today.com/food. Coming up, third hour, Jalen Brunson, right after your local news and weather.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.